What's up YouTube, it's Deanna from Windy City Vape Reviews, and today I will be doing a review of the Vaporesso Gemini RTA. So we're going to dive down and take a quick up close and personal look at it, and then we'll come back up top. I will give you my pros and cons and give you a little more information on it. Alright, so we're getting up close and personal with the Gemini RTA by Vaporesso. And it does come in this really nice hard plastic case. I did take the top off because it is super shiny and reflective, and it's kind of hard to see on film. It's picking up everything, including me behind the camera. So when you open it up, you have your tank right here, and then you have some extra parts down there. I'm just going to pop this out and put it to the side for now. And I'll take this out. And I'm actually going to try to, I'm going to take this out because, again, that plastic is super reflective. So there's some info if you want to pause it and read it in its entirety. Alright, and then it does come with just a tiny bit of information. It's not like a manual or anything. It is the Vaporesso Gemini RTA. Perfect airflow system, zero blind spot, multiple angle air inflow. It is made out of stainless steel, Pyrex glass, and plastic. It is a 22mm by 22mm by 66.5mm. It is a 3.5 milliliter capacity, and the drip tip is made out of Delrin. And then some more information: direct to lung, mouth to lung, 13.5mm drip set inside, includes a 510 drip connector, easy to build, although it says easy to build. 16mm improved 2-post velocity style deck, 2mm post holes, Clapton wire compatible, top refill, convenient to fill, juice flow control, rotate the e-liquid chamber to close liquid flow before filling, and then just some more information about the tank itself, the various parts. So then this is the little spare parts. This is your hex key or Allen key, your little baggie of goodies. But before I show you that, I'm going to show you this is the extra glass piece, just in case you're clumsy like me and you tend to drop things. If it breaks, you do have a spare. And then this is the drip tip that you can put on if you put the drip tip adapter on. It is also made of Delrin. It is a fairly decent size. This would be more for if you do want to close off some of the airflow and the juice flow and do more of a mouth to lung. But you could actually use this with wide open airflow. You just wouldn't get as, it wouldn't be as airy. And then of course your little goodie bag. You have some extra spare O-rings, and then the 510 drip tip adapter. They do come with 2 pre-built Clapton coils, which I am going to try, and then a couple extra little grub screws. And here is the tank. Now Vaporesso, if you didn't know, they are the ones that came out with the Vaporesso Target, and the tank that has the C-cell coils, which are made out of ceramic, which everybody seems to rave about as far as flavor and how long they last. So this is my first item I've ever owned by Vaporesso, and it looks to be, you know, pretty decently made. This is your wide bore drip tip. Pops out pretty easy, and that's where you would put the 510 adapter and then the 510 inside of that if you wanted to go that route. And it does have the top airflow, fairly easy to turn. And then at the base, this is your juice holes, and if you turn it, as you can see, you can completely close them off. It spins all the way around, and then you can open it back up. If you go backwards, you're actually turning just the airflow, so you'd want to turn it to the right. Close it off to fill it, and then open it back up when you want to vape. And then you do have 4 Cyclops style airflow holes, and this does move fairly easily, but it's not like it's so loose that, you know, you have to worry that you're kind of constantly having to be playing with it. And then when you go backwards, it does actually stop. So you can't, it does not spin all the way around. When you go open it all the way, it does actually stop. There is the bottom. Kind of hard to see. There's your 510 connector. You know, it does stick out quite a bit, so I guess if you did want to use this on a hybrid, you could. I don't know that I don't own one, so I personally would not, obviously. And then to fill it, you just unscrew the top. It is a little hard to screw off at first because I have not used it yet. It doesn't have any juice on there, but you do have pretty large openings to use for filling with, to fill your juice, or your e-liquid. You could, looks like you could use like a pretty decent sized squeeze top dripper, or you know, if you have a needle nose bottle, or even some of the bottles that have, you know, little larger spouts on them, you could probably just pour it right in there. They're so large. And that is the bottom. You just screw that back on. And then let's take a look at the base. And that is the inside. This is, you know, a solid piece inside, but obviously it does come apart so that you can change out your glass should you break it, which is nice. And it's also good for cleaning too, to be able to completely break a tank down too. I do like that. So there is the nice Velocity style deck. Pretty large airflow holes right there. And then this center pin right here, actually, it, you know, you don't put your wires or anything in there. What that is supposed to be for added airflow to go through the coils and give better flavor. So we'll see about that. And then you have your grub screws on the sides, and that's how you tighten down your wires. Typically with the Velocity style, you would put one leg of your wire in the bottom post and then one in the top, and then on the other side you would do the same thing. So they kind of go on a diagonal. And there is where you would put your wick. You put the wick down in there and have it come out. I probably wouldn't go all the way down to the bottom, but you know, sticking out a good decent amount so that the juice can hit it and flow pretty easily. It is a pretty large area, so it looks like you can wick this pretty good. This little ring does come off, so if you wanted to put your wick down in there first and then screw it back on, you could do that. But personally, I think it's large enough where you can just kind of slip it right in between. I don't know, I might have just put that upside down. Nope. So now all I need to do is get a build on here, wick it, get it filled up, and take it back up top and take it for a vape and give you my pros and cons. I'm actually really excited about this one because, again, it's my first RTA, and from what I hear, it's supposed to be very similar to the Griffin RTA. So, you know, I really don't have anything to compare it with because, like I said, my first RTA, but super, super stoked. So let's take it back up top, take it for a vape. So that was the up close and personal look at the Vaporesso Gemini RTA. I can't remember if I stated it in the up close and personal, but it is a 3.5 milliliter capacity. And I have had it for about a week now and have vaping it every single day. It's my first RTA and I have absolutely fallen in love with this thing. It is fantastic. I have thrown it in my purse, in my pocket, and have not had any issues with leaking whatsoever. I am using one of my own DIY mixes. It's a 70-30 VG-PG mix, and I have not had any issues with wicking. I've not had any dry hits. I have not had any burning issues with the wicking that I have in here. It is, I do have, they sent along the pre-made Clapton coils with it, and I did go ahead and install them onto the deck, and that's what I have been vaping on for the past week, and have not had any issues with them whatsoever. It was super, super easy to build on. Of course, it is the Velocity style deck, so not an issue whatsoever there. The filling is super, super easy. Just close off the juice ports and take the top off. Easy to fill. It's got a huge channels to put your juice down into. Airflow on this thing for days. Right now I have the top airflow completely closed off, and this top airflow, I'm not sure if I mentioned that in Up Close and Personal too. It's not a drip tip airflow. This is a top airflow, which kind of goes down in between, I believe it goes some down in the chimney, and then it goes through your coils to give you even more airflow through the coils. I tend to either leave it closed or only partway open. Right now I have it completely closed on top and only partially open. It's about 2/3 of the way open on the bottom. It's reading at a 0.5 ohm coil, and I have it at 47 watts. And go ahead and take it for another vape free and show you the cloud production on this. Not bad for being at only 47 watts and not even having the airflow completely open. So go ahead and I will open up the bottom airflow. Awesome flavor on this tank. I honestly say it rivals the TFV4. My TFV4 and my Crown, they both have really, really good flavor. I think the TFV4 has a slight edge over the Crown tank, but this is right up there with their on flavor. It has blown me away for $29.99 to be able to have a Velocity style deck, something that I could build my own coils on and not have to buy replacement coils. Now I do have the RBA section for the TFV4, and it is easy to build on, easy to wick, but you're limited because the RBA is kind of small. You're limited to, you know, what size coils that you put in there. With this, you have such a large deck that you have plenty of room to play around with different builds, different style wires. I'm dying to get some of the pre-built Claptons that I got from Thunderhead Creations, and then some of the Tiger wire and the Hive wire. The Hive wire might be a little too big for this. I'm going to have to play with it and see, but the Tiger wire will definitely fit. So let me show you. I will go ahead and open this top airflow halfway, bottom airflow completely open. You lose a tiny bit of flavor, but not as much as if it was a drip tip airflow. And now I will open both completely open. Like I said, if you are a cloud chaser, then this RTA will definitely be for you. If you're a flavor chaser, you can also get the flavor from this. Just close up your top airflow. You know, you don't even have to close it off all the way because I'm still getting great flavor. And if you don't like the wide bore drip tip that is comes installed on it, they do have the 510 adapter and the 510 drip tip that comes with it. They do say that this is able to do mouth to lung as well as direct to lung. I haven't done mouth to lung since I started sub-ohm vaping, so you know, I guess it would depend on what your coil build is and then how you have your airflow set, and definitely would have to switch to the regular 510 drip tip. But my opinion, if you want a new RTA that is great on flavor, has a super easy build deck, a large build deck, super large juice holes. I know you saw it in the up close and personal, but there it is with the juice in there. Easy to close it off when you want to fill the tank, and then when you're ready to vape, just open it back up. Airflow is easy to turn. It does stop, so it doesn't completely turn either way. It does stop. It is easy to turn, but it's not so loose that it turns, you know, when you have it in your purse or in your pocket. So you don't have to worry that you're going to have to keep playing around with the airflow control. And the juice flow does turn fairly easily. I did see one review on this where the reviewer said that his tank was wobbly. I don't have that issue at all with mine. So I believe he did receive a sample one, so maybe they fixed the problem after they had sent out the samples to some of the reviewers. There are not a whole lot of reviews on this yet. I have not been able to find it on a whole lot of websites. I did get this from vapenw.com. Again, that's vapenw.com. It was $29.99, and their shipping, they have a thing where if you buy any e-juice that is not on clearance, that is over $6, you can get free shipping. Otherwise, their shipping is like I think it's $5 flat rate. So either if you spend over $75, you get free shipping, or if you buy an e-juice that is over $6 that is not on clearance, they also offer free shipping. So you can pick up the tank and some juice, save, you know, so then you'd be spending like $1 something more to get your e-liquid, and you get the free shipping. But even on Vaporesso's website, it's showing as coming soon. So I'm not sure how VapeNW got these, but there are some reviews on this tank on their website. So from what I've read, it seems like everybody loves this tank. VapeNW themselves did their own review of it, and their reviewer absolutely loved the tank. He did compare it to the Griffin tank, which is supposed to be kind of a hot item right now, and he actually said that he prefers this one over the Griffin because of the top airflow, and also he did state that there is a little more room between the chimney and the glass for the juice. Give you an idea on size. That's the crown. So, you know, the crown's drip tip is crazy large, crazy tall, but the tank itself, they're just, I mean, slightly shorter with this because of the fact that this has the airflow on it. And then I don't have a drip tip on here, but this is the original TFV4. So, you know, about the same size actually as far as height, but obviously this is a 22 mil, this is a 24 mil. But I love this tank, and I highly recommend if you're looking for an RTA. Again, easy to build on, great cloud production, great flavor, decent price for a authentic RTA. Highly recommend that you go out and purchase this tank. So I hope you have enjoyed this review. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more vaping news and reviews. Until next time, I hope you have a great day, and keep calm and vape on.